A lot of things we want to do, and those ideas can come forward and we can do some exciting things.
Chris Hill said that on the day he was hired, and hey, he accomplished a lot of things during that 31 years.
Yeah, he did. And tomorrow morning, the Utes will introduce the new athletic director to replace Chris Hill. It's Mark Harlan, who left that same position at the University of South Florida to come to Utah. So as a new era begins with Mark Harlan, another one ends, the remarkable 31-year career of Dr. Chris Hill. And Dr. Hill walked out of his office Friday morning, and for the first time in over 3 decades, will not have to come back to work as Utah AD on Monday as they sent him off on the big red bus. I sat down with Dr. Hill to talk about over 3 decades on the Hill and what's next.
When you get on that bus on Friday morning and leave for the final time, are you prepared for that?
No, it's going to be hard. Even talking to you, it's going to be hard, but it is what it is, and it has happened sometime, and it's been great. It's been great. So it'll be tough, and it should be. If it wasn't, shame on me.
Thank you. Love you, Doc. Thank you. Love you guys. Thanks.
For so many years, you've been coming to this office.
Yes.
Monday morning, you don't have to come.
No.
What are you going to do Monday morning?
I don't know. Everybody asks me that, and I think I'm going to get up and just figure out what's nice that day. I guess I can do whatever I want unless Kathy has some chores for me, but I just hope I don't drive in a car and wind up here without knowing about it, you know?
You know you're going to be checking your emails and your texts to see if anything's gone wrong or you have to put out any fires.
No.
Right? Yes, you are. No. You're going to miss all those texts and emails saying, we got a problem.
I left my phone someplace the other day and it didn't even bother me, you know? So I'm hoping that's the way it is, you know?
Okay, so you don't have to come to work.
Yeah.
What are you going to do with your life now?
You know, I think that there's a lot of things that are out there. I want to take a breath. I really do. I think so many people try to jump into something. You know, I do want to do the classics of spend more time with my family and friends. I want to do more outdoor stuff. I got a little consulting I'm going to do. And, you know, there may be other opportunities. I know that, you know, there's going to be some things that I need to do or I want to do, you know, to keep active and keep my finger in the business and maybe give back to the community in ways. You know, I don't know what those are. It makes you a little nervous what's there, but you're hoping some things are there. And then, you know, like I said, spend more time with the family. Learn that a four-way stop is for not just the other 3 people. That a yellow light is supposed to stop, not speed up. You know, go to the store and take an hour rather than scream there and get back. So there's some simple things, and there's some things I want to do to keep me juiced and somewhat, hopefully using some of the things I've learned over the years.
I'm sure you've been asked this many times. What are you going to miss most about coming to work every day?
I think the people and just the juice and the energy that's around here. You know, it's we're part of a team. So few business operations, they work to be a team, but we are a team. I mean, we live and die on the weekend as a corporation, if you will. We come into work on Monday and somebody downtown is talking about the Utes, but we're living the Utes. You know, so I think the juice, the energy, being around young people is just ridiculously fun.
We all look back and say, okay, we made so many great friendships.
Yeah.
We love these people. But on the other side, you obviously make enemies when you're here.
Yes.
In every job.
Yes.
Have you taken a moment to look back at some of the enemies and maybe made up for that or talk to them and say, you know what, it was all part of the job?
Well, you know, I think that the way...
Is that a weird question?
No, it's not. I mean, I think the job, as I always tell you, that's one of the hardest things about the job. You can be friendly with the people, but you can't be their friends, because someday you may have to let them go. And those are devastating things. And in my mind, all I can do is when I see a person or deal with it, just be pleasant, just try to care, but at the same time, some people are going to be mad at you forever. You know, and you just have to take it, and those are hard things. And you know, the ultimate is when you have to let somebody go. And I always say to somebody, do you get up that morning and tell your wife, guess what I get to do? I get to let somebody go today. And it's like devastating, and it should be. So those are the hard things to go through. And there's things along the way when you've been here as much as I have, you have some people that have never been happy with certain things, and hopefully that's not that no way outweighs how much fun it's been for some, but you know, gives a chance for a new administration maybe to do some new things with other people or other activities.
Obviously, the Pac-12, joining the Pac-12, that's numero uno.
Yeah.
Besides that, when you look back, what is your one greatest accomplishment?
I think the greatest compliment I said in my press conference is that the culture we created. I think we're a culture that is humble, is smart, plays hard, and not afraid of high expectations. I think we set ourselves high and we try to go out and succeed, and if we don't, we dust ourselves off and go next day. I think we're a blue-collar kind of family atmosphere. I think that's a great thing for us.
That's your biggest hit, as well as the Pac-12. On the other side, what's your biggest, I don't want to say regret, but biggest miss, saying, we could have had that, or we could have done that a little better?
Well, yeah, I think you guys have found all those out, so they're out in public. But, you know, there's things you get about. There's maybe mistakes you made in coaching. Obviously, I made a mistake with the BYU scheduling thing with basketball. You know, didn't want to get the legislature mad at me. You know, but there's things along the way that I think you folks have seen, and regrets are not the word. Made mistakes and, you know, didn't want to do it, but you have to move on. In this business, you can't have a rearview mirror. You cannot.
You have to be proud for the fact that you're leaving better than you found it.
Yeah, I feel really good about that. I feel like we're in good shape. We can always get better. Like I said, the culture's good. We're not perfect. There's room for improvement, which is great. And also, but I feel really good that there's a lot of pride in Utah athletics now. I mean, if you go around town, there's more flags, there's more. That's not me, but it's all of us kind of pulling together. The university growing, hiring good coaches, good people.
You've been married to this business and to this school for so long. Is your family going to know what to do with you on a daily basis, that many hours a day?
I've been preparing for them. They've been the hardest ones for me. And believe me, I'm not going to hover. I'm not a hover. I'm going to look to do some things. I don't want to be one of those guys, and this is clear. I don't want to be one of these guys that sits here a year from now and says, I'm busier than I've ever been. If I'm busier than I've ever been, that's a failure. Because I don't want to be busier than I've been for the last 31 years. I don't want to do that.
Is it a relief, sadness, joy, as now it comes to an end?
You're going to get me emotional now. You be careful. No, it's sad. It's all those things. You can't put all these years into something, and all the people you're leaving, and you want them to be in good shape, you know? But it's time. You know, I think that we're in good shape. I feel good about things. I want to try some other things, and I want to watch my grandkids, you know?
You know, you don't think of him as being 68 years old, but he's a grandpa, and he's going to spend a lot of time with the kids. He said he likes to hike and also play a little bit of golf. So
that's great. You look back on his legacy. He started that job in his 30s, in the 80s, when that athletic program was a dumpster fire. Let's be honest. It was irrelevant nationally, maybe except for gymnastics. Now they're in the Pac-12, and they're not only in the Pac-12, but the sports across the board are competing with the best teams in the Pac-12. It's amazing what he's been able to accomplish in 31 years.
Mark Harlan got some big shoes to fill.
Oof. Yeah, and a big stadium that they're going to try to fill with an expansion. A lot of money they're going to have to get for that.
Harlan has done some great things at South Florida as well, so we'll hear more from him tomorrow. All right, tomorrow night.